My name is Moses Boyd and I'm from London.
And who are you?
I'm a musician, I'm a drummer primarily, composer and producer. Yeah.
What are you doing in Denmark?
I'm playing at Strøm Festival. I did a solo show, my project is called Solo X, and it mixes like jazz and electronic influences. And yeah, it's like a solo show. I play all of my music, but I kind of expand and improvise with some tools and devices I bring on the road with me. But it's a completely solo show for me.
Please, solo show. That was actually what I was going to ask you about. What is your music? Could you tell me about it, just quickly?
It's a mix of, I guess, my influences, my upbringing. I'm from London. I'm a second generation West Indian, so I have a lot of West Indian roots and influences, as well as electronica and all the things that have come out of England, like grime and garage, dubstep, drum and bass, jungle. It's all infused in there with like a jazz sensibility, because I'm an improviser. So yeah.
West Indian, you say?
Yes, my mum's side are from Jamaica and my dad's side are from Dominica.
Oh, the West Indian. Oh, because the West Indian islands.
Oh.
Virgin Islands also.
I see. Yeah, no, the Caribbean.
Yeah, but they have music, soca.
Soca, yes.
Calypso.
Calypso, yeah. Reggae, belly. There's a lot of music there. Yeah.
Because I've been to Trinidad and Tobago, and they have steel drums.
Yes.
I heard a bit of that in your music. Are you inspired by that?
Yeah. I used to play steel drums in my primary school when I was about 8 or so years old. So it's definitely an influence, yeah, for sure. All of that music is in my bones, it's in my DNA, it's in my culture, so yeah.
How is your music born?
It's born, I guess, through my experiences, really. Through my experiences in London, in my travels, through the people I meet, through the things I experience. It's all just a soundtrack to my experiences, I suppose.
But how does it come to life?
As it comes to life, for a lot of hard work and patience, and me staring at a computer or a piano and just aiming for what I'm hearing in my head and not giving up until it's out and it makes sense in the real world.
So it comes from your head?
It comes from my head, sometimes my heart. I could be listening to a song like this and be inspired to go and write something. I could see a bird flying past and it triggers something to create a rhythm or a drum beat. It could be anything, and that's kind of a gift and a curse, really. Sometimes you want to switch off, sometimes you don't, so you never know when it's going to come, but once it's in your head, you're almost compelled. I'm almost compelled to get it out and create and do something with it. So yeah, I'm always on the go, always making something.
What happens if you don't get it out?
It's a very sad and frustrating feeling. I don't stop until I get it out. Yeah, and it could be something really small or it could be a whole song, but once I have that feeling, it has to come out, No one, I don't know, it's really hard to explain to people that don't make music, but that's the best way I can put it. Once it's in my head and I know it can exist, I feel almost compelled to get it out of my system.
It's the same thing with writers or anyone else, in every business, actually.
Yeah, I suppose, yeah.
The things you can't help, you can't stop it.
I would do this if nobody was listening, if nobody was here, so it's just something I do. But it's a bonus that I get to come to beautiful places like here and play for amazing people like this. So yeah, it's good fun.
And you work alone?
I work alone today, but I also have a band called The Exodus, which is like a 5-piece. And then I also have a duo project, which is called Binka and Moses. So it depends on the engagement, but sometimes I do alone and sometimes I do with different people. So yeah, I'm quite flexible.
But when you play alone with the drums and if there's some jazz element to it, because as I understand about jazz, then it's improvisation.
Yes.
Can you do that when you do it alone?
Yeah, definitely. With my setup I'm bringing some like drum machines and some electronic instruments, but there are times where I play just purely drums and improvise what comes to me. So yeah, I'm an improviser, so it's not strange for me to do maybe 10 minutes on my own, exploring maybe a theme, an idea, or a rhythm. Yeah, that's what I do.
Did you do that today?
Yes.
Really? Because we were talking about how can you do that when there's all these synthesizers there?
Practice. A lot of practice, Yeah. There's times where I'll play off an instrument or a tool I've got, or sometimes I'll cut it completely. But the way I structure the show is I have complete control to decide at any moment which way I want to go. So if I want to play just drums, if I want to make something on the spot with like my synthesizers, or if I want to combine the two, I can.
And for lastly, I believe that music tells stories or tells feelings. Which stories do your music tell?
I think for me it's to reach outward and explore and always extend and go beyond what your capabilities or your comfort zone are. Just try, you know, that's my thing. You know, you should always push the envelope, push the boundaries, reach for something beyond where you are. And I think that's the running theme and story for all of my music. Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, no problem.